Okay, so we're going to start writing an equation for a line of best fit. That's why we reviewed or talked about slope first. So remember, an equation of a line, you're going to write the equation, and remember the equation of a line, and I'm going to put this up towards the top so you can see it. So y equals mx plus b. Remember, the m is the slope, that's why I make it an m like that. I think about mountains and slope, so it's slope x plus, and remember the b is the y-intercept. Where it crosses the y-axis, the slope is rise over run. Okay, so if we look at this table, let's go ahead and graph it first. So we're going to graph it. Notice it's talking about meal cost and tip. It's actually talking about a place like Sonic. The problem just said a drive-up restaurant. So if you actually know that Sonic, they do actually get paid based on tips. So make sure you tip them too. But anyways, so meal cost. So for a meal cost of $4.75, they got a 50-cent tip. $6.84, they got a 90-cent tip. $12.52 is $1.50. $20.42, $3 tip, which that's a pretty good tip in my opinion. $8.97 is $1. And I mean, that's a good tip for like Sonic. I don't think that might be terrible of me, but I don't think I've ever tipped $3 at Sonic. So here we go. So we know that we need to get all the way to 2042 along the meal cost. So let's see, if I did 5, 10, 15, 20, that's not probably enough. So let's do 4. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20? I could probably go more than that. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. So mine actually is 11 lines across. You could do the same. And then I can just do $2. So $2, $4, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. Okay, then this one's a little, we can spread it out some more. So it's 50, 90, 153, $1. So it actually goes up to just $3. So let's count 20 by 25 cents and see. So 25, 50, 75, $1. 125, 150, 175, $2. 225, 250, 275. So that doesn't work. So let's just do 50 cents. So 0, 50. So this would be $1. This would be 150. This would be $2. This would be 250. And this would be $3. And this would be $3.50. Hopefully you can see that well enough. So it's 50, $1, 152, 253, 350. I don't know why I said $1 and only wrote the $1, but that's what it would be. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and plot the points. I'm going to plot them in black just so that all of the color that's on the graph is just what I'm finding. So 475 is, so 475, halfway in the middle would be 5, so it's just slightly below that. Was 50 cents. 684, that's pretty much $7, and up to 90 cents, so that would be just below that. 12.52, so that's like right there, up to $1.50. Then it's 20, so just barely over, and up to $3. And then $8.97, so pretty much $9, so pretty much in the middle is $1. Okay, now I happen to have a paintbrush right here, so I'm going to use that as my line of best, to draw my line of best fit. So I'm going to say like that. So I'm going to go okay, so I would extend that, or there's that my line. So we're going to go ahead and find the slope first. So to find the slope, I'm going to look for 2 points. So I'm going to say maybe that point right there, and then that point right there. So again, that one's just slightly over, but I'm looking for where it crosses perfectly because it's just an estimate. So I'm going to say 12. So I'm going to do the point 12, $1.50. And again, you could use the exact points right here, but I'm just going to like say that it's on that part of that grid. So we have to estimate it anyway, so I'm just going to use that. And then I'm going to do 20 and $3. Sorry, you can probably hear my son moving around upstairs. So we'll call this X, we'll call this Y. Let's go ahead and find all of our values. So 12 to 20 goes up by 8. 3 minus 150. $3 minus $1.50. 3 minus 1.5 is 1.5. If you can't find that in your head. And then remember it's a Y's overrun, so I'm going to put 1.5. I'm going to do a different color. 1.5 over 8. So 1.5 divided by 8 gives us 0.1875, which I'll just round it to the hundredths. So I want 2 decimal places. That 7 makes that 8 go to a 9. So we do 0.19, and that would be our slope. So slope equals that. Okay, now the y-intercept, where this crosses the y-axis, and I wish I would have picked a different set of data, but this is okay. So we're going to extend this because y-intercept, this is the y-axis. So I'm going to find where that line crosses the y-axis. So I'm going to roll it up just a little bit so and notice I extended that line. So extend the line to cross y-axis. So extend the line to cross the y-axis. So in our case, this was 0. This was a negative 0.50. No, and I want you to listen to this carefully. No, you cannot have a negative 0.50 in tip. They're not going to take 50 cents away from you, but that's just our prediction line, so keep that in mind. It's not going to be exact, it's just a prediction. So our equation, sorry, hopefully that wasn't loud. Our equation is y equals, we know our slope is 0.19x, and then our y-intercept is negative 0.50. So this equation is just the equation of that line that was the trend. You can see on my line that I probably could have turned it just a little bit more, because if you had like a $2 meal, you're probably not going to get a tip. Maybe it would be like slightly like 10 cents or something like that. But So for our equation, this is just the equation of that line. It's not actually what you're going to get, but you notice as the meal cost gets higher, the prediction, or I don't know why I'm saying prediction, I'm sorry, why the equation is getting higher. So that is why. Now we do, the next set of notes is going to be using this to predict. So what I mean by predict is like you're going to look at this line and say, okay, well if it's $16, this is how much we expect. But again, right now, all we're doing is writing the equation. I think I got my videos kind of mixed up. So that's all we're doing. That's it for this video. Now let's go back to this example because I want to show you something. So this is from the last set of notes. We wrote the slope right here, 12.8 subscribers per day. Now, when you extend the y-intercept, this one right now shows that it's 0, but you have to remember that if we didn't take that into account, it would have been 30, 20, and so on, and it would have kept going down, 30, so this probably would have been a 30 as our y-intercept. So keep that in mind when you are doing these. Let me look at another one. So if we were writing the equation of this one, and when I extended my line, it fell between 60 and 65, so I would say maybe 63 would be your y-intercept. So we know how to find the slope. That's why we did that in the last video. Then when you extend this line, that would be your y-intercept. So looking at this one, our equation would be y equals m, which is slope, which my work for it is down here. So y equals 0.67x. If you need more help with finding slope, go back to this video where I drew this. It was slope of a trend line. And then our y-intercept would be plus 63. So this one, you can see the y-intercept. This one that I was just pointing at a second ago, since we have that symbol right there, there's a part of the graph that was cut out because it was 40 to 0. So just remember, you would kind of have to go 40, 30, 20, 10, and all of that until you found it. But it would actually be at 30 because it was just one line less. So just keep that in mind, and if you need more help on that, please talk to me or email me or whatever about it. Okay, so that is how you write the equation of trend lines, and then your next set of notes, whenever that is, you'll be doing the prediction. Or the predicting, I'm sorry.